Hi, welcome to V-GovCon Live with Varetta Huggins. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, yeah. In the chat, and I'll post it again just for some folks who might just be joining us. So in the chat, feel free to let us know your name, company name, and location you're calling in from. So I see we've got Dietrich from North Carolina. So feel free to enter your information there, and we'll do a little shout out to you. So if this is your first time attending, I'm Varetta Huggins and I'm your host tonight. And tonight we're mainly going to be focused on just providing some content to you on lots of marketing tools that we have access to, and we're now sharing it with you. So again, hi Lynetta, hi Susan from New York. We've got Lynetta from Chicago, Dawn from Pennsylvania. So welcome. Again, feel free to put your name, your company name, and where you're calling in from, and that just let us know who you are. So I am sharing my screen, so I'm hoping you all get to see this. So again, with tonight is more of me providing you a demo of a powerful e-learning marketing system that we have access to, and we just wanted to share it with you guys. One of the things that we hear a lot is that folks, especially as small business owners, we're trying to grow our company, and a lot of times you're so focused on the services you're providing to your client that you don't have time to be able to grow your company the way you know you need to grow your company. So one of the things in coaching that I'm seeing a lot is that folks are like, Fred, I just wish I knew this, or I wish I knew this a year ago. And so one of the things that we're going to be providing you today is I'm going to show you this marketing system, and I just got access to it this year, so I'm still going through it. There are tons of information. There are information on financials. How do you do your financial? Do you understand a profit and loss statement? Do you understand your balance sheet? Things that we might not have known because in my case, I came through project management. That's how I started my company. And so I did not care to learn about a P&L statement or a balance sheet, right? Those are headaches I don't want to have to deal with. I've got an accountant to do that work. But as a government contractor, I needed to learn what that is. And as a small business owner, one of the things that if you're going for loans, they're going to ask you for your P&L on your balance sheet. If you went through any of the SBA program to get some of the funding that they were provided, those are things that they were asking you for. Do you have these? Do you know where to get them? And so those are things that the knowledge I'm going to provide and share with you tonight will have some of those. I'm just checking on, I think I've got a couple more people trying to get in. Just bear with me. Okay. And so the other part of the tool is marketing. How do you market your company? Are you marketing it through social media? That's the new thing now. Are you marketing it through direct mail still? And so those are some of the things that you will get access to. And I'll show you where these things are so that you'll be able to figure out how to get access to that. Coach Mike is here from Baltimore. Hi. Regina from Detroit. Got so I'm just admitting a couple more people. And so welcome everyone again, and thanks for attending our V-GovCon live session. So today, I'm just gonna go through. I want to share with you first. Some of the times, some of you got to leave early, so I just want to make sure you have access. So the V-PMC Academy membership, it's a membership if you just want access only to the content that I'll be showcasing tonight. You can easily go into the site, be able to sign up, and that is where you'll find you could do just the E Academy V-PMC membership, and you can do the per month or the per year. Now this you can do at any time. Okay, so I'm going to showcase this tonight, but feel free to just to go in and do it at any time. I am offering what's called our Business and GovCon Coach Package tonight. And what that is, it's on the same website. You can go in and you can sign up for whether it's one of the packages from the program there. And it will be, hold on, more people coming in. It's the silver, gold, platinum, or titanium program. So once you see those different ones, and again, it's depending on what you want access to. They also come with the e-learning marketing system. So you'll see the same system you will be able to get access to. The difference with this is that it comes with business coaching. That means if you're in the silver program, that means group coaching, gold plus, which is gold, platinum, or titanium. That means you get one-on-one coaching. There's also a profit acceleration software that we use. With that software, we'll ask you some questions. Based on those questions, there's an assessment that we go through, and that assessment will help you to determine and find money in your business that you didn't know that you have, and will also be able to help you figure out what are some additional steps you need to do to get where you need to be in your business. And then the bonus, so again, this one is where I'm offering this bonus. So the bonus is you get 12 months of our V-GovCon Mastery Program, and that's a program that we already have folks in right now. And it's basically helping you to navigate government contracting industry. With that, we meet, and it can be with a group or one-on-one sessions. And what we're offering with that is answering all your questions for government contracting. You might have RFIs, RFPs that you need help reviewing, understanding some of that GovCon jargon. We'll be able to help you with that. If you want your help with your capability statement to get that updated, um, some of your registration, SAM.gov registration, your SBA registration, we can help with that. If you realize you qualify for any of the socioeconomic status, that would be a woman-owned small business, you want to go after that registration, be able to apply, we can help you with that. All that's part of our navigating our government contracting program. And so that is what we're giving you as a bonus. So what we're saying here, sign up for one of these, and I'm going to throw that in for 12 months for you. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the system. So I'm going into the system now to start showing you the demo. So again, for those who are just coming in, if you're just coming in, just let us know who you are, your name, company's name, and where you're calling in from. Just put that in the chat for us, and that helps us. And at the end of this, or while I'm doing some parts of the demo, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand, or you could, I'm fine if you just unmute and ask me a question also. We're just family here, so feel free. Okay, so I'm going through the demo right now. So this is a site. It's e-academy.v-pmc.com. And I'm going to, so I'll start from the dashboard here. That way you can see what it looks like when you get in. That way you're not in the VIP section. So once you get in, this is a lot of the things that we provide. So I'm still trying to get to the, hold on. Still showing me the VIP section here. So I'm going here, and I think I'm in the wrong page. Hold on. Okay, there. Sorry, wrong area. So you will have access to the business-coach.v-pmc.com. This is our public site. The other site is basically once you register, you get into that other site. So this is the site where you get in, and there are 3 different offerings here. So the do-it-yourself online learning, this is the 197 that you saw. You can get in here, sign up, and you'll be able to see a lot of the things I'm going to go through tonight. The weekly group coaching, this is our silver package. So you get the DIY, which means you get access to the e-learning marketing system, but you also get group sessions with me and some of my other coaches. And that is where you can ask different questions. You might go through a couple of the sessions, videos, and you have some questions from there. You bring those to the group sessions. The one on one coaching, that will be Gold Plus, anything above that. And that's mainly sessions with me and some of my other group coaches. And what we're doing with these sessions, these are mainly just your company. So it could be you and one of your other partners that you're bringing to the session, and you're working with us. You might have personal questions. With this, we're also doing the assessment with you. So we would have gone through some of the assessments, and there are things that from those assessments that you will have to start working on. So we're working with you to help you with those different things that you have to work on. And so with that, so with the site, you go to the top and there's a part where it says tour. So again, um, and I'll put this in the, oh, sorry, I'll put this in the link so that you guys in the chat so you can grab it from there. And so with the tour is, there's a video that basically tells you, hey, if you're touring this, this is some of the information you'll find. I'll start it. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
Welcome to the e-learning
Can
marketing
you guys hear
system
that?
guided tour. The
Yes, no?
purpose of my short video
Can
presentation
y'all
is to
hear
show
that?
you a revolutionary new program
Yes?
specifically designed to help you instantly generate more leads, close more sales,
That's
and
what it
increase.
sounds like. So again, I sent you that link. It just gives you an idea if you want to know about the system before you go purchasing anything. The tour is helping you with the information. Now I'm gonna go straight into, so when you register, so this is the information that you see. I'm logged in as Varetta Huggins here. So the E Academy membership, the one I showed you earlier, that's what this is. And then the others are here. So this is where you register. Once you register, now you get into this where you can see all the things that I'm seeing. So here are some, and I just wanted to give you an idea of what it is that you're seeing. So there's a customized roadmap. This is where I would say that you should start once you get in here. And I started using one of the companies that we use here. And you have questions that you have to fill out. So you fill out these questions based on your company, and at the end of this, so it's talking about if you want more leads, how you get that, and just answer these questions um, as honestly as you can for your company. I answered it for one of the companies that we have, and more conversions, more transactions. Again, just feel free to answer these. At the end of it, so you got more prices, more profits, build $1 million business. So there's information here. Once you click analyze, and this uses a lot of different calculations that it's doing, it now gives you for that company, it's giving you some recommendations. So it's saying for step one, we want you to do the 90 days to a seven-figure foundation. So you're going to launch that. And this is one way of accessing that. And then it tells you all the different things you need to work on in those steps. And feel free if you think that, you know what, I want to skip a couple of these steps and go straight to build a $1 million business, feel free. It's all yours once you get into that system. So you can launch it from here, but I'm going to show you another way. So go back to dashboard, and this is where you kickstart your results. We just did that. You have generate revenue now, social media marketing, how to navigate the e-learning center. So I'm going to launch this one, and I think I have it open already, so I'm just going to go straight to that. And I've had it started. So I'm just going to play a little bit for you to hear, and let me know if you cannot hear.
Welcome to your e-learning marketing system, your fast track to profits.
And I'm fast forwarding a little
View
bit.
any of the weekly instructional training videos you've already received. Think of this as your e-learning fundamentals archive, where you can visit at any time without the inconvenience of attempting to retrieve that one specific email we sent you with the link to the video you happen to need. This archive allows you to quickly retrieve the important data you're seeking when you need it. Just remember, this is the exact same information you're receiving from us every week. One important note: each of the links within the archive will only activate after you have received your weekly email. This prevents you from trying to rush ahead and attempt to apply too much information to your business too quickly.
So what it's saying there is when you get to, and I'm going back to this, sorry, this one. When you get to the virtual MBA, notice here that virtual MBA, these, it it goes up to 52 weeks. So you get access every week to a new video, and they don't want to give you everything all at once. So they're pacing you. And I can tell you, they did not teach the stuff that we're seeing here. They did not teach this in even at my master's level. So there's stuff in here that you will learn, that you'll get. So lesson one, I'm clicking here just so you can see what it looks like. You're getting a workbook download. You can do an MP3 download right here. But this is the video with the audio you can also hear. And I'm playing this just so you can hear a little bit of it.
How to build a multi-million-dollar business, your step-by-step marketing roadmap.
So
How
here
this
you can
e-learning
get
marketing system
information.
works for your business. Introduction. I'm sure it comes as no big surprise that every business in the world wants to grow and increase revenues.
So I'm going to stop there. So this, again, information, I can tell you, especially during times when we're traveling a lot, these are good to have. I just pop them in on my phone when we're traveling from one place to the next, and I'm listening while we're traveling. As a business owner, you have to make the time to work on your business. A lot of times we're working in the business and we're not doing the working on the business. And so these are different ways for you to learn and be able to work on your business and grow your business. Okay, so this again gives you access to different things. If you're needing help with social media marketing, this is you launch this and there's lots of different things. It depends on what you need help with for beginners, and then it's got different things here if you want to generate lead. So again, once you click on something that you're interested in, it gives you a download, and then you can also get the video. So those are different ways of doing that. The other thing on here, so I'm going back to the dashboard, that I found very helpful um, was higher prices. So when you're looking at, so a lot of folks come to me and they're like, hey, Varetta, I think I'm offering a lower price for my service, and I'm providing them different ways on how to increase that price, or how to work with the client that they have. And so there are really great strategies in here that you can use. How we raise our price without losing a single customer. That's always in the back of our mind. You're like, hey, I want to raise my price, but I don't want to lose my current customer. How do I do that? So there's strategies that they provide to you in here. You got videos, you've got different downloads. And so these are things that you can go in here and review and help to build. As the owner, you have to be able to help move your company along. But at the end of the day, we are the company a lot of times, and we have to learn these different things and how to do them. So there are different strategies that you'll find. Feel free to look at whichever one that you're interested and be able to go from there. I'm going to open it up now. I think I covered most on here. There's the multi-million dollar business, and again, there are fundamentals, different things that you can look at. So I'm going to open it now for anyone who wants. Just let me know if you want me to click on a certain one, and then we'll go from there. So I'm opening it to you. Just let me know if you're interested in hearing one or two of these. Anyone? Okay. All right, moving on to the next part of this. So the other part, and this is in a different place that we have access to this. This is called our profit acceleration software. And what we're doing here is we'll be assessing your company. So we've got different companies that we'll be accessing, and there are different questions that we'll ask you. So these are some of the questions, what they look like. So if you purchase any of our silver and above program, it starts with us scheduling an assessment session with your company. And feel free to bring who is needed to do that. A lot of this would be the financials. We've got a financial section, so there are things that you have to know, or if you and a lot of times when we're doing this, it's kind of like a working session. So there might be you might be like, hey, I don't have this information. Let me call my accountant or ask that question. So feel free. There's valuation. So there are questions on here to look at your company, the inventory, and figure out some of the things, your marketing and sales processes, your market dominating position. Do you know what that is? Um, and if you don't, there are videos on how to understand what that is and be able to help you and your company with that. And so looking at your market dominating position, we call that your USP also. So understanding what that is and being able to know what it is and be able to use that. Generating leads. I've met a lot of small businesses who are like, hey, whether it's government contracting leads or just regular commercial customers, they're like, how do I generate the leads? Because how do I know who I'm marketing to? So this gives you some strategies on how to do that. But here you're putting in this information for us to be able to do an assessment on your company and then provide recommendations. So jumping over alliances, digital marketing, how well are you doing that today? If that's not something you're doing today, then once we go through where we're answering these questions with you, it would help us to be able to assess your company for this and provide recommendations on how you can do this better. And don't think that every company is doing all of this well. I can tell you, even we're working on some of these right now, and we're taking it step by step. So you don't have to think that I have to do all these strategies immediately. Do one. We started with working on some of the marketing that we're doing, and we've already seen great results in that. So work on different pieces at a time. With government contracting, if you've gone through any of our program, I tell you start with your capability statement because that's the number one thing that you need to be able to market with. So here we're telling you the same thing. Start with figuring out what it is that you can market, and then we'll go from there. Drip campaign. I've heard about drip campaign. Didn't really know what it was before, and I can tell you we're not doing this well. Um, so this is basically think of when you're marketing to whoever your potential customers are, and you have to create a drip campaign where you're now going after not only those who you're working with, your actual customers, but what about those leads that haven't responded to any of your emails or your campaigns that you're sending out? So do a drip campaign and it can set it up for different times. There are times where in government contracting, folks ask me, hey, Varetta, if I send them my capability statement this week, when do I check back with them? So that's where the drip campaign comes in, because then it gives you a frequency as to when you should be making contact with who you are trying to market to. And then downselling, there are going to be times when you make an offer for whatever it is that you're selling, whether your product or your service. And there are some folks who can't afford it, but they really want that service. So being able to offer different things by doing a downselling, that helps. And for us, our downselling in what we're offering is just, hey, you can get access to all this. You're doing it yourself. Just sign up for membership, and that is basically our downsell. You can get access to the content without doing the coaching part of it, and you still get access. We have folks in here that they just want to be able to go into the system and start learning all these different things to help build their company. And whenever they need me, they reach out to me and say, "Hey, I need 1 hour of your service or whatever." So whatever works within your budget, feel free. We understand that everyone's at different places with their company. The increased prices. So here is, do you have a pricing strategy in place already? Do you know how to increase your prices? Do you know what it is that your customers perceive that is valuable based on what you're selling? So these are some of the questions that we're going to ask you, and then we're going to help you with coming up with some of those strategies as to how to do this better. Bundling, if you haven't done that before, this is some of the training that you'll see in here. It's going to help you with that. So, example for our bundling, we're saying, hey, you purchase this, and I'm giving you a bonus where you get GovCon coaching also. So, GovCon coaching is no way part of this. This is just our business coaching that we do for any type of small business, no matter your industry. You can use this e-learning marketing system. Government contracting is for those who are interested in government contracting, which a lot of our audience, a lot of our subscribers, that's what they're interested in when they're joining this V-GovCon Live. So we offer that as a bundle. And different ways for you to be able to cut cost and get in there. I got a couple more people trying to get in. So those are some of the things that, and then here, once I answered some of those questions, um, it would generate a reality of your company. So it will give us an idea. This is where when you read on the website where I'm saying, hey, we can help your company cut cost, or we can show you how to find $10,000 in your company. The software does the work for us. We put everything in here. Once we click to go to results, it do the assessment, and then we can help you look at the success gauge here, and it will tell us where you are. And then we can provide recommendations as to what are some steps that you need to take, and then turn those into goals, 30-day goals, 12-month goals that you can start working on. And that's part of the coaching. So the coaching part is where we meeting with you, whether it's in a group session or one-on-one session, and we're helping you with all the list of things that we're recommending that you're doing. And with that, we're able to work on some every week with you just to help you to move the needle along for you to get superb in this. Okay, so again, the idea of this is just to be able to help you. This is something that we're already using. And I'm like, you know what? I really want to offer it to my small business community. They need access to this software because it's great. And I'm going back to the videos. So again, here, different things that you can learn depends on what it is that you're interested in. Our businesses are at different phases, so whichever phase you're at, it provides different modules. Um, you have techniques, strategies, tips, um, downloads, work plans that you can use, and videos, of course. And it can provide you with a lot of things that you need to learn to be able to grow your business. So I'm going back to the dashboard. If you saw something in here that you want to know a little more about, or you want me to click, let me know. I'm also opening it up to questions. So if you have any questions for me based on this, also let me know. I can tell you I've already started working on some of these for my company, and I've already seen tremendous results from it. So I'm opening it to you now. Any questions? Or if you want me to click on something so you could get a little more information as to what's in that module, feel free. And I think Okay, so Susan said she was going to look at the link and she had to drop off. And again, for anybody who came in while I was talking, if you came in, just let us know your name of your company, where you're calling in from, and that would be great. So back to this. Any questions you have so far about the e-learning marketing system? Or if you want me to click on something, let me know. If you want to answer, if you want to talk, just unmute and then you can feel free to ask your questions. Any questions? Okay. If you don't have any questions on this, but you have any government contracting questions that you want me to answer, I'm opening it also now for any of those questions. So let's say, depending on where you are in your company and you've got different questions about government contracting, now is the time to ask those questions. So any questions that you have in terms of government contracting, this is V-GovCon Live. Let me know what your questions are. Again, just unmute. Let me know what those questions are. And I'm telling you guys, you don't get access to me every day, so feel free to ask your questions.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Lynetta. Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Varetta. I do have a question. I wanted to know, is it necessary to have an 8A or a HUD certification in order to do work with the government?
Great question. So her question is 8A. What was the other one? Is it HubZone or HUD?
HUD, the hub zone.
HubZone. Okay.
Mhm.
So great question. It is not necessary because not everybody qualifies for it. So for you to qualify for 8A, it means you have to be economically and socially disadvantaged. Um, and economically, there's a dollar figure that they use, and I can't remember if it was like I can't remember the exact amount, 600,000 or something like that, that you're making annually or something like that. With the 80 also, there's it used to be they had a 2-year requirement, meaning you had to have done 2 year of government contracting for you to qualify. I think they have removed some of those restrictions, so you should be able to apply sooner if you qualify. But it's not required, and again, because everybody don't qualify for it. If you want to get into government contracting, the easiest way I have found and I've been consulting others on is through subcontracting. What that means is there's another company already have not only the relationship with that government client, but they might have already have a contract in place. And with subcontracting, if that already exists, you can use, in one case, if you want to use your resume to be able to get on that contract. In another case, you can use where you can say, hey, we can provide the project manager or the business analyst or the system engineer for your contract, and you can do subcontracting through that way. If you're a product service, a product company, and let's say you're providing a product, and I'm using PPE right now because we're in a COVID environment, but let's say um, you have nurses and you already have the outfit and everything, that the attire that they need, and you have a good supplier you're able to do that, get those items from, you can go to a company that already has an existing contract with, let's say, a government agency who they have to put nurses on their first floor to make sure everybody's vaccinated or have um, take the test, the COVID test. And so you can say, hey, we can provide those products for you. And that way they now have a new supplier, and that could be a subcontract. And again, the contract already exists. The other way
How,
of doing, go ahead.
How do you find those contractors?
It depends. I've told folks like when I started out and I wanted to get into government contracting, I used my resume. So I just put my resume, and back then it was like Monster, Dice, and all these different ways. Now you got ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn. So if that's what you want to do in terms of putting yourself on contract, use your resume. And when you do find that opportunity, you tell them, I can only do this as a corp to corp, which means it's coming from they're going to be paying your company, not you.
No.
Okay. And that's the difference. The other way is finding, and you can do this through sam.gov, find who's getting the contracts in what the services that you're selling, and then go market to that company. In more cases than one, it's a prime contractor. I've marketed to subcontractors where I was like a second sub under the prime. So it depends on how you want to do that. But again, if they already got the contract in place, you're trying to get your foot in that door, subcontracting is the easiest way to get your foot in that door. Does that make sense, Lynetta?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But
Okay.
if you having a hard time finding those opportunities to work with someone, um, you know, it's like it sounds almost like you'll never be able to work with the government if you don't find those subcontracting opportunities.
Yeah, again, for me, what worked was just the best thing. How I know if a new company got a contract, if you go to, and I'm using Monster as an example, if you go to Monster or even Indeed, you know who's looking for those opportunities. So you get, and it could be in your field. So you get where you're seeing, hey, this company is hiring, and they're not hiring one person or for one role. They got like 10 roles that they're hiring for, and that's how you know they just got a contract, and they have to they have to staff up quickly. Those are the best times to get in, because they will take anybody at that point. They're trying to really get into that to get their contract up and running. And if you are qualified, that's the easiest way to get in. But the opportunities are out there. You just got to look in the right places. If you're using yourself, are you using yourself?
No, not at all.
Okay, so is it a service that you're providing?
Yes, we offer services. We're HVAC company. So we're
HVAC.
offering services right now, but we're also going to be offering products.
Okay, so it's good when you tell me what it is you do, because then I could narrow it down to where to look. So HVAC services, great. So I can tell you, a lot of the government buildings, they're working on getting them ready for all the employees and the contractors who have been at home. And now there's a mandate by the president that everybody has to go back out to work if you're working with government. And so the HVAC services, they're looking for those types of services. Here's where you can go. You can go to sam.gov. You can put in the word HVAC
Mm,
in the search, and you're mainly looking for contracts that's already been awarded.
right.
And you could even narrow down to where you're looking in terms of your state or your zip code.
Right.
And that's how you're finding out who's getting those awards.
Right.
And
Okay.
now that you know that, now you can go market to those companies because they're getting the contracts. They're
They
going to
changed.
need those HVAC services.
They changed the SAM.gov website. So now they've made it different. I have to almost start all over again trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I did several sessions on that, and I can't remember. I email email me, and I'll probably throw the email up later. But email us, and with that email, we can provide more information to you. You could
Okay.
also sign up for a discovery call with us, And then
Okay.
from there, you get 15 minutes over time. You tell us a little more about your business, and we can recommend different things to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Varetta, can you hear me?
Yes, Don, go ahead.
Um, is it true I hear that 90 over like 97, 98% of the businesses or for contracts that are off SAM.gov? Only like a small percent, 3 or 4% of the contracts are on SAM.gov. So where do we go to find these businesses? There are thousands from what I hear.
Of
That's true.
contracts or companies? Are you saying contracts or companies?
Companies to go after contracts. I hear SAM.gov cannot list all that the companies that have these contracts, that they can't list them all on SAM.gov.
I will tell you, SAM.gov was updated this year, and in May, they merged everything in SAM.gov. So it's now a more powerful tool than it was before.
What date was
Um,
this?
May of 2021. Are you seeing
That's
my
right.
screen?
Okay, yeah.
So there's contract opportunities, and this is where you go if you're finding out who is getting the contracts. If you're trying to find out company names, you can click here, but this requires you to have a login.gov to be able to see that information. If you're doing grants, assistance listing, but from what I know, all the different databases, you see all these .govs, they all merge now into sam.gov. So sam.gov is a very powerful tool. It will show you who is active and who is non-active. So let's say they haven't touched their sam.gov in a year. You can click on a button and that says non-active, and you're still able to get their contact information. So I don't know who's telling you that, but the tool is very powerful and it has lots of different databases that are merged into this one sam.gov that provides a lot of information if you're a government contractor.
Maybe that's because it was before May that this information was given. Now
Okay.
that you said it was updated in May, maybe it was the
Yep.
information I got was before me.
Okay. All right. Not a problem. All right. Great question though. Any other questions? Any other government contracting questions?
I want to ask you this.
Sure.
I just found out my daughter, after all these years, she's been in the contract business. So that means when I asked her, what did she do? Because she went to school and this and that, she told me she got gigs, got jobs, and they're on a contract, and this job is paying her this amount of money for X amount of like 6 months or a year. So she says she's in the sweet spot. So I asked her, can I hire you? But my question is to you, can I hire my daughter? Okay, because she's been doing businesses with what do you call that? The government bill, what is it? Not the NSA, but these home something, home
HUD?
no
HUD?
home, what's that? Home security. I can't think it's off the top of my head. It's in DC, home something, it'll come to me. But she has a contract, but the contract is over. Can I use her if I hire her to put that information on my past performance?
The past performance is based on your company, not an individual.
So she will be the company, will be. She will be hired.
It's so when the government asks for past performance, it's asking for your company's past performance. That means your company actually had a contract where the company's name was used and the company got paid for that service or product.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that's what they consider past performance.
So I can't use her in any way to the company advantage.
You can
For
use her to help bring contracts in and do some of the work.
okay.
You could also use her resume when you're bidding on contract if she have the experience that they're looking for.
That's what I'm looking for. Experience, okay.
Yep.
Well, that's worth a lot right there.
Yep.
Just experience, okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, okay, going back to HUD and the 8A certification. So if I have those certifications and I want to get, or I'm trying to go after contracts, is there, do they look at like how much you make annually from your business in order to qualify for certain projects?
Is this for 8A?
Yes, 8A or the hub zone. I keep saying HUD, the hub zone.
Yeah. Yes. So there's like a whole long list of questions that you have to answer, and in
Oh,
those
I did.
questions, they ask you to attach different things to provide evidence
So
of the
that's
answers
why
that
they
you have.
asked for, because I
Yeah.
actually applied for the 8A certification in 2019.
Hmm.
I submitted it. They came back with a bunch of stuff they claimed that I didn't submit, which was not true. So it was like, oh my God, it's like I'm starting all over again. I have to submit a bunch of other. So I gave up for for the time being. I don't want to go back to doing it and get it complete.
So let me
So
tell you the trick. The trick is in when you're applying for 8A, if you
Mhm.
answered yes to anything, you have to provide evidence. Think of it that way. Evidence could be something you already have, meaning you've got your like yes, we have the EIN or whatever they're asking. Now
Right,
you got to provide the EIN letter that you got from IRS.
right.
Yes, you have a bank account. You got to provide the signature card for that bank account.
Yep.
Yes for, so anything you're saying yes for, if there's an actual document, you provide that. If you don't have a document, on your company's letterhead, you write up a letter and then you put in the answer in a sentence or two.
And I did all of that. That's the problem because I'm like, wait a minute, I uploaded all of this information that I answered yes to. Anything that I didn't have it for, I did the letter. So I just couldn't understand why did they come back asking for the same information I just sent them.
It's
So
very tricky.
yes, it is.
It's very tricky. I would say you could schedule a discovery call with us. That's something that because we've been through ADA, we know.
Mhm.
Um, so I would say just schedule a discovery call with us. We'll have a chat with you, and then based on where you are, we might be able to help with scheduling another session where we review your documentation, go through it with you, and we come up with the answers, making sure that you've got everything in place. Sometimes for no answers, you still have to provide like a blank document.
Okay.
Don't ask me why.
Everything filled in. But okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Another question, Lavetta.
Yep.
I changed my business address to DC, right? You got that.
Yep. Awesome.
Now,
That was great.
okay, now here's the deal. The reason why I was so excited because they're a hub zone. Uh, Now, I was told, see, because my state, I didn't know if I had to get a licensed state in DC, because if I did, there'd be a lot of complications. So now I got to go through the whole registration again, to stamp, even though the information is in, so it won't be that long. So I'm thinking, very confident that I don't know, I might get a different case code. I'm not sure. So I spoke to the office agents at in DC. So they said the rules, is very complicated because they've been through SAM and the virtual office is not accepted now. But
Hmm.
I told her, well, just when it's necessary, just give me the lease agreement, like the agreement that I have a place here. So what
Right.
she did for me, which was I thought that was very nice. So where I'm at is 1150, 1775 I Street, Northwest, Suite 1150. And when you just put 1150, all business, when you go through the SAM.gov, a dozen or more businesses show up. So
Wow.
that's like a flag. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if that comes up, DLA is going to catch it, and then they're going to contact you, and they're going to say,
Yep.
"We see you. This address that you have. There's 20 people in that spot." So I did that before, and I had to submit the lease agreement, and then they
Yep.
okayed it. Now this
Yep.
situation, I hope it's not flagged because the person that in DC said, "Here, I'm gonna give you a special box, 1150-139. That's my number." How you like that?
That's nice.
Oh yeah, because I thought that was very unique and creative for her to do that for me. So it won't. But she said she'd been through that and headache or what have you. So that made me feel real good that once I put it through again. But the thing is, I don't know if DC requires to have my license in Philly and my state certificate in Philly, to do business. Since I'm not in Philly, I'll wait till I cross that bridge when I get there to see if there's anything that's holding me back from getting my updated cage codes or what have you. I'll inform you and let you know. But so
Okay.
far, everything looks good. I'm very excited by having that new address, and I'm in the hub zone. You
Okay.
know,
So
so
here's the guidance I can provide to everyone. If you're moving offices, so your DUNS number is for a physical location. I'm going to say that again. Your DUNS number is for a physical location. So you could have two different offices in two different states, and that means you'd have to have two different DUNS number for each office. Does that make
uh,
sense?
so I have to reapply for another new DUNS number.
So if you're planning to keep the office you had before,
No.
that office stays with that DUNS number. Now you have a
Right, right.
new office, you get a new DUNS number. The office name didn't change, none of the other things changed for your company. Only your office address changed. So
So
you know
DUNS.
how you've got companies who are in different states? They got the same name. They're
Mhm.
owned by the same company owner. That's what you are doing with your company. All you're doing is saying, "Hey, I've got an office now in DC." That means you now need to go get a DUNS number for the office location in DC, and then now you have to just go update that in sam.gov.
Now, when okay, that's interesting because you said I have to go to DC because I told Sam.gov, can I make the change there? He said, no, you got to go to Dunn's and give them your new information, which I did, my address. From what you're telling me, um,
You can
Dun and
have
Bradstreet,
two different locations.
yeah, but I cut off the Philadelphia. So I did this before. You're right. They will
You
give you what?
you don't need the Philly address?
No, I'm not using the Philly. I cut that off
Oh,
totally.
okay. Okay, got it now. So you
Yeah. So, but
moved. You did not add
right.
an office, you moved.
Yeah, no, yeah, the same entity, but it's in DC now, the
Okay.
address. So you're probably right. If I'm going to get a new DUNS number, once I make the transition, Dun and Bradstreet's going to give me a new DUNS number because I was in Philly with two addresses I put across the street. I had one DUNS number. So when I moved across the street, they gave me a new DUNS number. So you're right. So
Yep.
I'm hoping there won't be no confusion. They would do that automatically because you can't really speak to them on the phone, Dun and Bradstreet. Everything has to be done online, and they give you a website to go to do any updates or anything.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
So
I hope everything works out with you getting the hub zone. Same thing with you, Lynetta. Any other questions from anyone else? So based on the offer that we're having tonight, again, the if you're interested in our Business and GovCon Coach Package, that offer expires on Tuesday next week on the 30th. So if you're interested, just sign up, and then once we see that you sign up, we'll contact you to be able to offer you the GovCon services. And this is what it looks like. If you sign up for the silver, you're also going to get our turquoise GovCon program. And gold, you get our aqua GovCon program. Platinum, you get our aquamarine. And then For titanium, you get a TO GovCon program.
By getting this, why? Give me a good reason why, because you got a very thorough program just with the contracts alone. Okay, so and
It
why do?
depends on what you need. It depends
Uh,
on what you need. If you need help with business coaching and the videos that I showed, if you need help with all the other things from a business standpoint, your financials, your
okay,
marketing,
okay.
your being able to sell, all those things that every small business owner, we all need to be able to do that.
Not just
That's what.
marketing for government contracts, just marketing in general. If I have another program, this will
Yep.
be good. What you're saying? Okay.
Yep. So what I'm saying is, if you purchase that program, which is the business coaching program, I'm throwing in government contracting, for you to be able to build a successful government contracting business also.
Do you have a video with the LinkedIn? Because you mentioned in one of the other presentation, you have a special. I think it was Alex. I'm not sure that you will go through the LinkedIn marketing. One of our classes last week.
Um,
Because I have a
so,
LinkedIn program and everything, and doing
oh, okay,
marketing now.
you should have. You're talking about the program that you came through, the strategy session. You should
Yeah,
have
Ro.
gotten access to the training videos for that.
Yeah, I got video. Okay, but I didn't go. I'm almost finished with all of them. So in one of those, you have about 12 or 13. One of them deal with LinkedIn marketing.
Yes. One
Okay,
of the LinkedIn, you said?
LinkedIn, right?
Yes. I think, yeah. I'm,
Okay,
and Janelle can help you because I know she was looking at some of those too.
who
All
can
right,
help me?
Janelle.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll talk with you.
All right. Any other questions? If not, happy Thanksgiving and thanks for attending our V-GovCon live event. I will let you know in December. I'm giving you guys your December off, and we'll start up January with our new list of speakers for 2022. So we're taking December off, and we'll start back up again in January. So if you get the link and you realize there's no dates in December, that's because we're taking December off. And once we're ready for January, we'll add some more dates there for you to be able to sign up for our next V-GovCon Live. And again, we normally have this the fourth Tuesday of the month. So again, starting up in January. Thanks everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, hoping it's a safe one for you, and don't eat too much turkey. But thanks everyone. Bye. Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
joining. Thank you. And Ramon, thanks.